Hey everyone, today we're diving into Doom Academy, issue number 3, where things get seriously intense as we follow Zoe's adventure inside a magical storybook called the Arcana Latveria. This issue brilliantly weaves together themes of prejudice, friendship, and the price of good intentions gone wrong. We've got mysterious disappearances, magical spells, and a fascinating exploration of what it means to be seen as a monster. Let's break it all down. Our story opens at Doom Academy, where the whispers of ancient evil permeates the very walls. Doyle, Scoop, and Shay Lee, 3 students with their own unique talents, are frantically searching for their missing friend Zoe, who's been mysteriously swallowed by what they've discovered is no ordinary book. The Arcana Latveria, Scoop explains, his voice weighted with dread, where I heard all my childhood fairy tales, stories about witches, demons, and creatures lurking in the woods, all with an appetite for children. The horror of the situation hits Doyle like a freight train. Who thought these were good bedtime stories? Perfect recipe for an 8-year-old camping out in mom's bed for a year. But here's the kicker. This isn't just any magical tome. It's a prison, a binding construct designed by none other than Dr. Doom himself. The pages don't just tell stories of monsters. They contain them. If it can trap Zoe within the pages, what else might it contain? Scoop's words hang in the air like a death sentence. Meanwhile, inside the hellish landscape of the book, Zoe finds herself face to face with Greta, a girl who's been trapped in this nightmare realm for God knows how long. But they're not alone. The creatures of the Arcana Latveria stalk them, hunger gleaming in inhuman eyes. A monstrous figure looms behind Zoe, its shadow stretching across the ground like death's embrace. In one fluid motion, Greta swings a makeshift weapon, sending the creature crashing to the ground. "Friends of yours?" Zoe quips, trying to mask her terror with humor. "Previous tenant," Greta responds grimly. "Actually, she was the first monster I bound using my Bakika's spell, right after she tried to make me her dinner." The situation is desperate. Back in the real world, our heroes realize they need to bring the book to Zoe's room to create the strongest connection possible to pull her back. But there's more to this story. A revelation that hits like Thor's hammer. Zoe's roommate Marta has been using her without permission, employing ancient magic to search for her missing clan member, Greta. The very same Greta who's fighting for survival alongside Zoe inside the book. "I just wanted to find out what happened to Greta," Marta cries out, her desperation palpable. "I didn't know she'd end up in another dimension." The clock is ticking. Inside the Arcana Latveria, Zoe and Greta are locked in a battle against a witch who breaks free repeatedly. A monster that won't stay bound, that keeps returning like death itself, inevitable and hungry. "Tie the knot and say the spell," Greta shouts. "But I don't know the rhyme," Zoe cries, terror lacing her voice. Greta lands a solid punch on the monster. "Make it up!" In that moment, with death breathing down her neck, Zoe finds her strength, improvising an incantation. "See that devil? Here's the stitch. Tie her up because she's a real witch." It works. The monster vanishes, compressed into a tiny sack. But this is just one battle in a war they're losing by inches. Back at Doom Academy, Zalma, expert on magical books, reveals the terrible truth. While many fairy tales are metaphorically cautionary, some warn of very real dangers. Stories themselves can function as binding spells, their generational retellings serving as oral incantations to keep demons at bay. What if the Arcana Latveria itself is the binding? "You mean the book is a monster jail?" Doyle asks, horror dawning on his face. Ever the poet, Doyle, but essentially, yes. This revelation changes everything. It's not just about saving Zoe anymore. It's about making sure nothing else escapes while they do it. One wrong move, and they can unleash horrors that have been bound for centuries. The tension builds to a breaking point as they prepare the spell to bring Zoe back. Marta, overcoming her fear of prejudice, joins them. Her magic sent Zoe there. Her magic must bring her back. Inside the Arcana, a shocking moment unfolds. Greta discovers Zoe's true nature, a monstrous sight. Recoiling in fear, she says, "What are you?" The pain of rejection cuts deeper than any monster's claws. "I am not awful," Zoe stands her ground, her voice trembling with raw emotion, "and I am not a thing." In this moment, reminiscent of the X-Men's eternal struggle for acceptance, Zoe says, "I'm done with people defining me by their own hang-ups. I like you, Greta, but I won't let you add me to your fetishistic monster collection, you small-minded, intolerable zombie bigot." It's a moment that transforms their relationship, from fear to understanding, from prejudice to connection. They laugh together, and just when they reach this breakthrough, just when they touch hands in mutual respect, a portal tears open above them. "Greta!" Zoe reaches out desperately. "Hold on," Greta says. Their fingers interlock, but the portal's force is too strong. Their grip slips, and Zoe vanishes into the swirling vortex. Back at Doom Academy, the spell works. Zoe materializes before her friends. Relief floods their faces. "Thank God that worked," Doyle exclaims. Shaylee rushes forward. "Everything's okay now, Zoe. We've got you. You're safe." But Zoe's eyes are wild with urgency, her voice carrying the weight of a promise that cannot be broken. "I have to go back." And there she stands, torn between two worlds, between her friends who risked everything to save her and a girl still trapped in a nightmare that never ends. The choice before her is impossible, echoing the eternal struggle of heroes everywhere. Do you save yourself, or do you risk everything to save another? This is where we leave our heroes, on the precipice of another dangerous journey. The pages of the Arcana Latveria still open, still hungry, still waiting. And that wraps up Doom Academy issue number 3, an issue that masterfully balances action, emotion, and character development. From Martha's well-intentioned but misguided attempt to find her lost clan member Greta, to Zoe's powerful confrontation about being judged as a monster. This issue tackles heavy themes while keeping the magical adventure rolling. We saw how Doom's Academy students came together to save their friend, only to have Zoe declare she needs to go back the moment she's rescued. This cliffhanger suggests there's more to Greta's story than we know, and sets up what promises to be an exciting next issue. The parallel between Zoe and Greta's connection adds a deeper layer to what could have been a simple rescue story. And let's not forget that the ominous warning from Zelma about the book being a monster jail. Something tells me that detail is going to come back in a big way. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments, what do you think is waiting for Zoe back in the Arcana Latveria? Until next time, peace.